Oh, there you are, YouTube. Hey everybody, today we are at Barnes & Noble. That's how we're starting off the day. Just open right there. Can you see it? I don't know, right there. It says Barnes & Noble. There we go. And what are we here to do? We're here, we're kind of here to break some commandments. Break that 10th commandment. We're going to covet an item in here. The Criterion, they just dropped Freaks. It's with two other movies too. It's kind of like a little box set. Freaks was something I liked watching with my buddy back in, junior high and high school. And I don't think I've seen it since then. So I want to see if they got it. They got the Criterion release. I'm really excited to see what it looks like in person. I don't know if I'll buy it. I don't know if I'll buy it because it's full price right now. But let's go check it out. All right, let's go covet some items in Barnes & Noble booksellers. But we're not here for books. We're here for the movies. Always here for the movies. Specifically that Criterion. So first we just got to walk in and then bypass all of these books. This place is just loaded with books. I bought a book here not that long ago. I don't know, what was that, 3 months ago? 2 months ago? Something like that? Okay, here we go. New arrivals, bestsellers. This is what we're looking for. Or maybe not. These are the DVDs. Okay, so Barbie, that's new. Haunted Mansion, that's new. But again, we're not here for the DVDs. No, let's get to the other side. Okay, this is new. New release right here. I've not seen it. Looks like it is what is that, Janus? Yep, right there. So not Criterion. Oh, what is the deal? They're like related, right? They're siblings. EO, I heard a lot of good things about this one, but it's not one that I've seen. No Bears, this is one I have not heard of, I don't think, but I did see that it was supposed to drop today. Oh, this is what we're here for. Freaks. It's actually a box set with 3 movies. Tod Browning's sideshow of curiosities, basically. So we got 3 movies here. The Mystic, what's that other one? I can't remember what the other one is, and it's being covered by the tag. We got the blue side here. The other side was kind of that yellow-orange. I really love the cover art. Got all that illustration, illustrative lettering happening. All of that is really great. And then we have, Freaks, The Unknown, that was the other one, and then Mystic. And got some information there. We got the specs, what kind of special features and stuff. Gives us the years. Man, I want this so bad. I will be picking it up eventually. I just don't think I can do it today because look at that price. I'd have to be paying that full price. All right, who do we got here? We got Bogey here. This is it's an arrow. Okay, nice. I'm not picking that up. Haunted Mansion, Barbie. I figured they would do a Barbie of just her foot because I know there was so much news about, everyone loving Margot's foot in that movie. So I'm surprised they didn't make one. I'm sure people would have bought that up. A slipcover with her arched or flat arches. Okay, and then the rest of these I think are stuff that's already been out. But here's the Criterion section. Let's check out if Freaks is in it or if it was only in the new arrival. I'm just kind of curious to see how many they have so that I can wait to see if I can wait for the expected November 50% off sale here at Barnes & Noble. That way I have a variety to choose from. Okay, there we go, right there. How many do we got? Looks like there's just one, but that still gives us plenty, I think. I don't know. Hopefully there's a restock or they got more in the back. You never know. But I'm hoping by the time I'm here to purchase it, because I want a nice, clean copy. I just don't trust the mail. I want to get. I want to have choices to make sure I get one that doesn't have any scuffs on it. So here's some other Criterions that are available. I like the way they have them all set out. After the sale during the summer, it was all got pretty sparse, but they've restocked and everything looks really nice. And I like the way they do the front-facing movies. But with the front-facing, it kind of says that there maybe are fewer films out there because there's not movies behind the front-facing. Sometimes there are. So starting with Ace in the Hole, that is our first movie in the Criterion. What is last? Something starting with Z. Is Zoolander in the Criterion? No, it's Y Tu Mama Tambien. I remember watching that in college. It was the first time I watched it anyway. Okay, back home from Barnes & Noble, and I didn't end up picking anything up because it wasn't 50% off. And when I'm shopping for Criterion at Barnes & Noble, that's really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that 50% off. But an update, the flash sale, the Criterion flash sale started like right when I got back home. Just found out about it. You know, I knew it was coming up. I saw people saying maybe it's going to happen, maybe it's going to happen, and it happened. And it's going on right now. But here's the thing. You know, with something this precious, when it comes to Freaks, I just love the cover art so much. I love the not only the artwork, but the material it's made out of, just that, you know, sort of box set paper, cardstock type stuff that it has. I don't want it to be damaged, so I think I'm going to wait until the Barnes & Noble sale, because I'll be able to look at like 4 or 5 of them, hoping that they aren't sold out, but looking at 4 or 5 of them and then finding the one that is in the most pristine condition, because I just fear that if I get it sent to me in the mail, it's going to be dented, it's going to be scuffed, it's going to be one of those things. So yeah, I'm going to end up waiting for the Barnes & Noble sale and pick it up then, and probably pick up a few other things as well, because I'll be able to directly look at it, have it in my hand, and then take it home and then put it right over there behind me. So that's what we're going to do. But also, you know what else we need to do? We need to go to our Halloween Advent calendar to find out what movie we're watching today. So let's go. Okay, we got October 17th. What are we watching? What do we got? What do we got?
Nope, not that
17.
one.
Oh, you remember Ma?
Yeah, what's that one? What does it say?
What does it say?
Communion.
Communion. Which one is that?
Christopher Walken.
Oh, yes. Aliens. Awesome. So Communion, we already spent so much time at Barnes & Noble, so I'm probably going to make this pretty quick. This movie I felt was a little dull, and I kind of expected that because I think I saw it was a Kino Lorber. And when I was looking at movies to purchase through their sale, I found this one, and then I watched the trailer for it, and I thought the trailer looked kind of dull. But I thought maybe the movie might have more, so I thought, hey, let's put it in the Halloween Advent calendar. I did. We pulled it today, we watched it, and it was still pretty dull, and the special effects were so bad. So I know I was just talking about how dull the movie is, but I just wanted to pop in. I've already recorded the review, but I wanted to add 2 things that I didn't remember when I was doing this off of the cuff, and one of them was Eric Clapton did the score, and his moments when he's doing the score is so good. Like, I thought at the beginning, the opening credits with his score, I was like, I'm gonna love this movie. I know it because the score is so good. The score will save the film. They don't use his score the entire time. It is a shared score with somebody else. But the Eric Clapton stuff is good. And also, there's a scene in this movie that takes place in an art gallery. And either they are, I haven't looked into it yet, but either they are wonderful, exact, amazing replicas of actual artworks, or they are the real thing. And I think they're the real thing based on what I could tell. So we have some important artists with their work actually represented in this movie. So, but I do need to look up if they're real or fake, but they look pretty real to me. Anyway, that's the stuff I liked. But let's get back to what I was saying. So it's about a guy, Christopher Walken, who starts being stalked by aliens, and he's like feeling their presence, right? And we get glimpses of them, and they just look so bad. They look terrible. They're like 2 different kinds. You have like the grays, you know, the gray, and they're not gray in this movie, but they're the gray shape. And, you know, they're wiggling around, and actually they're even dancing in some scenes, and he's dancing with them, and that all becomes silly because the rest of the tone of the movie is not that way. But then we later learn that it kind of makes sense that he's dancing with them. Why? Because he's had this communication with them for a very long time, and it was sort of passed down to him. Oh man, I'm giving spoilers. I hope that's okay. But there was like a whole nother race of aliens that just looked so bad. They looked like they came out of a child's film, and they did not match the rest of the movie. And I thought that was not good. It just, I don't know, it separated me from the movie. And there were some pretty emotional scenes because he's trying to figure out what's going on with him. Is this real? Is this not real? His interactions with these aliens. So he's doing like all sorts of therapy, and some of which is like hypnosis. And I guess when going under that, he's having a lot of I don't, Christopher Walken's doing some like really good like acting in this, and I mean sometimes not though. Sometimes it's very like over the top Christopher Walken to where it's almost like he's doing an impression of himself, especially when. But anyway, I guess I wanted to say like through those therapy sessions, some of those are pretty deep and moving, but just to talk about how it feels like he's doing an impression of himself. He's an author. Actually, he's the author of the book that this movie is based off of. So it's based off of a book, and it's about an author's like accounts of meeting with aliens. He thinks he's met aliens, and so in the movie, Christopher Walken's this author, but he's also like an audiovisual guy. So he like, as he's like recording himself. Talk like ideas that are coming into his head, and he's also like videotaping himself, and we see him on a screen as he's like writing, like coming up with storylines and dialogue and things like that for his books or whatever. So we're seeing all sorts of interesting tech happen around him, like 80s technology happen as he's trying to document his words. And as he's like talking, trying to get this language down for his books, he's speaking so Christopher Walken that it's almost like he's on Saturday Night Live. How he does on Saturday Night Live, where it's like Christopher Walken like cranked to 11, that sort of thing. So that's kind of funny, but it's okay to watch one time. I don't think I'd ever watch it again. It's kind of slow moving also. I could have very easily fallen asleep through it, but it's character driven. We are following him, but the aliens, I don't know. It's just kind of dull as you move throughout it, and the aliens look bad and look for cheap kids movies, but it is low budget, so you could look at that if you want. You can adjust your mind to look at it as a good quality in the movie, and that it gives it some charm. But didn't fully work for me, but I am glad I watched it. So my question is, have you seen Communion? And if so, what do you think of it? And if you went to if you're picking anything up at for the Criterion flash sale, what is it? Did you pick up Freaks? Did you buy it before the flash sale? I almost did. Not really. I knew I wasn't going to pay full price, but anyway, let me know your thoughts. I'd love to know in the comments below, and perhaps I'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.